hitting the lightning rods. That's how the earthquakes are happening, folks. They're everywhere. Lightning rods are everywhere. The poles that y'all been seeing, the how you call it? The satellite towers that y'all been seeing, the 5G towers that's coming up, are going to shut you down just like the MK Ultra microchip. I'm on here because I care. But the people that don't care aren't awake yet. You should be awake when you've seen North Korea and Donald Trump hugging each other over there. You should be awake when China showed up at, and I tried to tell y'all this on Facebook, folks, but I got suspended for putting Angela Merkel on the Hitler's knee when it's they're really family. Okay, folks? Angela Merkel, and I'm going to say this again, I don't care if you kick me off again, Facebook. I'll be coming right back just like Michael Myers. It's like Michael Myers. And this Michael Myers is the good Michael Myers. And Michael Myers is going to kill the deep state. I'm the Scorpion. I'm Scorpion King. Just like Amy called me. Thank you, by the way. They've been calling me Scorpion King for years. I'm a Scorpion Death Drop, the NWO. I'm Sting, and I'm taking out Scott Hall and Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan. Okay? Okay? Dennis Rodman is friends with North Korea. Do you know why? Does anybody know why Dennis Rodman is friends with North Korea? Because none of this shit is true. It's just like the 9/11 attacks, folks. The 9/11 attacks. We're all us. The illegal immigrants were here and sent here for Obama's votes. It was all set up. The Simpsons tried to warn you. I tried to warn you. Everybody tried to warn you. Obama is a seed from the CIA to kill you. Obama's not your Antichrist, folks. It's Prince Williams. All over it. Prince Williams is your man. He's been tweeting, everybody must die. Obama hasn't said a damn word. He don't even care right now, folks. But he's got to come back because they're pushing him back. He's dead, by the way. I don't know if you knew that or not. He's dead. All of them are dead. They're clones. Trump's dead. All of them are dead, folks. I hate to scare you. I really do. But when you take the Bible out of the United States, the East Coast is going to be next. And I'm going to say 6 to 7 more years, they'll be ready to do that. West Coast is first. The Midwest will be first. Okay? Hawaii is going down right now. They've been taking them off the island since May. May 8th, if you want to know the truth. And I got a video called 8/8/18. Now, why do I have that video 8/8/18? Do you realize whose birthday it is? Anybody? Does anybody know whose birthday 8/8/18 is? Who's Q? Guess. You're not going to believe it. It's none other than JFK Jr. And you're probably going to say, holy cow, I thought it was dead. It's just like Days of Our Lives. We thought Patch was dead too, but he's come back to life. People, you don't understand. Darlene, I'm sure you're shocked right now, but I'm going to tell you right now. The people that believe in this gay shit, I'm going to help you out here. 8/8/18 is your birthday? So is Obama's. Go look it up. I fell out of my chair when I found out. That is the day that there's supposed to be a bomb. I don't know if it'll be this month, next month, or what month, but it's going to hit. A nuclear warhead is missing, folks. movie, Sum of All Fears. If you've not ever read or watched that movie, believe it or not, it was an African American president, Muslim president in that movie. Guess who comes back during a football game? Obama. Obama's coming back, folks, and you're gonna love him. You're gonna love him, people. Hey, gay people. Hey, gay people. Hey, blacks. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. You think he's really nice, don't you, boys and girls and naked squirrels? But I got news for you. I got news for you. Obama signed executive order on guillotines to cut your head off, atheists. How about that? If you're not rich, you're dead. I want you to know that for a fact. He got them from China and Mexico, and we're having problems with Mexico. Money talks, and you know what walks. Our tax money went to these FEMA camps, these FEMA barges, death barges, and these FEMA coffins that will put 4 people in one coffin. I've already seen them come down the road on Interstate 65. I've already seen the UN trucks that they saying the UN is backed out. Bullshit. They're still here in Chicago. They're still in Florida. They're still in Texas. By the way, Hurricane Harvey was fixed to take 150,000 people dead last year, folks. 150,000 people dead. People are flying out. Do you know why? 4 billion people in China is coming. They want you not after your guns. They're coming after your guns, folks. This Christmas. This Christmas. You've got 23 months until martial law. They're using catastrophes, earthquakes, volcanoes, hurricanes, tornadoes, floods. They're even using floods, folks. They're calling it catastrophe. They said, all right, emergency, state of emergency. We got a flood. Time to take them out. The government wants you to come to them FEMA camps. Coffins are in Georgia. No, not no more. They're in the Walmarts that's been taken down. They were. You're right on that. They were in Madison, Georgia. And I've already put a YouTube video out on that. Golly, I got like 57 live videos already. Is Melody Clark, you're safe. Stay in Arkansas. Stay in the Arkansas area. If you not noticed, a bunch of police officers and a bunch of military have retired, and they're right in the middle of the United States because they're safe. What I put out there yesterday, I freaked you out. But you know what? I want you to be freaked out. I want you to be ready for this, folks. The Marines militia has been training along with Jason Aldean in Georgia. Jason Aldean got shot up in September. He's pissed off, folks. He's got a crew of his former military training right now, and they're making shark tanks. I just want you to know that. We're going to put these people in these shark tanks, these pedophiles. Trump's one of them, folks. Trump's one of them. If you're a Trump fan, you're an idiot. If you're a Obama fan, you're an idiot. They got these blue and red and pink stickers on the mailboxes. This retired cop is right from Texas. They're coming. And if you don't have a pink and red and yellow or red or purple, whatever color they have on your mailbox, you're automatically dead because you've been hiding it. That means you're not a taxpayer. You haven't been working. You've been doing drugs and you've been partying it up and not even worrying about yourself. They're going after the illegal immigrants first. Then they're going after the African Americans. So Obama's coming for you, African Americans. Obama's coming for you. You need to wake up. You need to quit fighting against each other. I'll go to Alabama. I am planning before it happens. I'm getting out of California. You need to get out now. You've got 9 days, partner. When these planets line up, which the planets are Project Bluebeam. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's just like in the movies. Transformers are not real. And the aliens are not real, folks. It's robots that's coming to take you out and take your jobs. You have been used and abused. They're about to take your jobs. By 2020, all stores will be closed. The Vatican has already put out a new law. By 2020, on Sunday, you will not be going shopping. You won't be working on Sunday. They say it's for Jesus Christ. But remember, guys, we got the Vatican having sex and murdering kids and raping them. Remember that, folks. I'm so pissed off at Facebook, it's not even funny. You're trying to kill people, Facebook. You're trying to kill people, and I'm trying to warn people. And they know that I know the truth. Hey, Facebook, you're going in the water. You're going in the water, boys. Y'all about to lose Facebook, just like Mr. CEO said in that Super Bowl commercial. We're about to cut off the Facebook, but they don't tell you why. They just say, you're losing your freedom. No, you're not. You're losing your freedom from asteroids about to hit 66 satellites. Wormwood is 10 times bigger than the freaking sun, folks. Wormwood has got into our solar system, and they're worried and they're concerned. They're panicking right now, folks. The banks are panicking right now. The world banks, 13 world banks, are about to have the worst economy crash. And if you've ever been to a Black Friday shopping on one of them days, and you're arguing over spilled milk, or hey, those Nikes are so pretty, and there's only one pair, and everybody's running toward one pair. That's what's going to happen when the lights go out in America, or shall I say, ancient Babylon, because it was never America. We've been lied to, folks. We've been lied to in schools. I am so sick of the only thing I learned in school was reverse psychology. And this right here, folks, that y'all been living in is reverse psychology. Your vote's never counted. If you vote, they know where you're at. You're dead. That's all I got to say. You vote for the wrong guy, you're dead. This is George Soros' plan. He said it himself. He said, I'm going to make everybody look like they're in a psychiatric ward after this. And guess what? George Soros, none other than Brussels, Germany, where Hitler's from, his sidekick. See, somebody had to follow him. Somebody wanted to be just like him. You know, like, I want to be like Mike. You know that song? I want to be like Michael Jordan, by which he's dead. Dick Gregory said that he was dead. He was drawn. He was cloned, whatever you want to call it. But your micro-drones has been shooting everybody, guys. And the micro-drones are the size of a bee. Size of a bee, and they're AI. I don't give a damn if you suspend me, find me, or whatever. You're killing innocent people, and I'm sick of it. Bill Gates, fuck you. You started it. You put the chemtrails up in the sky and made everybody sick, and then said, hey, we got to get that Obamacare out there so everybody can get their medicine. Your medication, by the way, has got chemtrails inside it. You're swallowing, believe it or not, just found this out, and you might want to get off of it, folks. You're swallowing chemtrails, and if you don't know what a chemtrail is, that is aluminum foil. That's where all the lightning's coming from, folks. All that deadly lightning that's been killing people and catching the houses on fire, and everything is being on fire because of the lightning storms, guys. And chemtrails are killing you. Chemtrails are making you sick. Get off the alcohol. It's water It's water, guys. Y'all have no alcohol no more. They don't know how to tell you that they're running out of food because they've been putting food underground, shutting down all these stores. People, y'all need to wake up. Seriously. You got nowadays, I guarantee you, when that earthquake happens in the West Coast, you're going to wake up. It's going to be late. Because after that catastrophe, martial law will be in effect. Martial law will start worse than the hurricanes. Guys, you think hurricanes are calm right now? Yes. Hurricane Crusher is the dust storm that's up in the south, or on the south Gulf Coast. It's going past us, guys, and going around us and heading towards California. Everything is happening for a reason. Everybody's backing out, so there's only one person. Okay, you don't want to learn nothing. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. You will be dead first. That's the way I look at it. If you don't give a shit, I don't give a shit. That's the way I look at it. And I'll find out who backed out because you're going to be kicked off my Facebook. And I will find out. I'm sick and tired of the idiots on my Facebook commenting and telling me I'm the crazy one. Guess what? My family said I was crazy until yesterday. Every one of them texted me and said, Andrew, I don't know how to explain this, but you were right on the tornadoes in 2011, and you were right on this. You know what woke me up, folks? Ferguson. Then Carmen Emery from Alabaster, Thompson, she went to Thompson School, gave me a video on YouTube and said, I want you to check this out. I said, what are you talking about? The Red China Sea is what she was talking about. And that's what woke me up, folks. It's happened in Russia and it's happened in China. Guys, this is what I got to tell you. If you see red dust on your cars or on the ground or on the water and it's going to look like blood red, you've got 72 hours to get underground because you're going to be a mohawk. And the buzzsaw is going to be none other than the wormwood. If you're not ready for this, you need 2 years supply of food. Everything you need is canned foods and bottled drinks. I've been believe it or not, I've been putting food up for a while now. People are like, what are you doing? You're about to find out. I'm like Woody Harrelson. Is this beautiful? From 2012. By the way, reverse that up. 21. Hillary Clinton is dead, folks. But she's running for president, is what everybody's saying. She's a clone.
Thanks for the like.
Y'all need to wake up. Podesta just got caught with a...
I'm in the house. Hello, y'all.
It looks
Y'all.
like a pig slaughter building.
It's only one person, me.
Finding out that he's had...
They're all dead. I think Clinton's killed them all for listening to me.
And that is Chester Bennington's father. If you don't know who Chester Bennington is, let's just say Burn It Down was called the 9/11 song for a reason. Burn It Down is none other than Lincoln Park.
There will be more. I've already had one match, and there ain't been nobody in here yet.
Paul Walker got murdered by a drone.
They're scared.
Obama's administration.
But like I said, we got videos out there that's lying about me. So there you have it.
2011 tornado victim thing.
I tried to warn you, and I try to tell everybody to report them videos, but nobody wants to. Everybody wants to be on their side.
Y'all remember that, folks. Y'all remember that. Paul Walker was murdered during the movie The Sight of Fast and Furious. He did not die on the streets. It was all fake. Tupac is coming back, folks, and he's pissed off. He was in Africa. He was in Cuba. Then he moved to Africa. Now he's missing. And he's with the Black Panthers. That's the real Black Lives Matter. The fake Black Lives Matter is George Soros. He paid a lot of people off on Craigslist. That's why they shut down Craigslist, folks. It wasn't about you whoring around and selling yourself for sex. Y'all were wrong on that. It was reverse psychology, folks, and they didn't give a damn if you were dying or getting killed on Craigslist. If you not noticed that, it never shut down the thing. Who's sending me a message? Chris Carnell murdered? Yes. Soundgarden. Yes. Every person that you see that got murdered by Bourdain, he got murdered by the Clintons.
I can't see nothing.
Prince got murdered by none other than MK13. That would be Europe.
They'll be listening very soon when all the big channels gets kicked off, and I'll be still standing.
Dead, folks. His name is Dave. Michael Jackson's a pedophile. Ex-CIA got enough information. That's why your Wonderland is gone. Michael Jackson's doing his thing in another place, underground. Michael Jackson went on CNN and said some things that blew me away with Mr. King. CNN is Clinton News Network. CNN wants you dead. Fox wants you dead. NBC wants you dead. ABC wants you dead. CBS wants you dead. HLN, by the way, that was a lie with Natalie Holloway. Natalie Holloway was raped and murdered by Urian Vandersloot and Jeffrey Epstein along with the Trumps. Not going to play no more. I don't give a shit. I've got 18 million Marines, militia, about to bust their ass like Michael Myers is coming at Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm a slaughter for 6 years, 1999 to 2005. I was arrogant, didn't give a damn about no one. I didn't give a shit about the internet. I didn't give a damn about YouTube. I don't give a damn about none of this shit. While y'all are putting on Facebook, it's making me laugh. What was me is because you're on drugs. Every one of y'all talks that shit is the ones that's on drugs. Get off the damn drugs. They're not working no more. They're not working no more, folks. Get off of them. They've been color-coded and chemtrailed since 2006. Right after Bush, nailed everybody with the gun confiscation in Katrina. Look, I'm not a coward like y'all are. You come in here and friend me, you better have a face, a pic of a real face, not a sex woman that looks like a damn sex object that's fake. Because every one of y'all are men hacking other Facebooks. And they're from another country, folks, and guess where they're from? None other than India. Who was from India, folks? Kenya. Not Hawaii, folks. Kenya. I'll tell you who it is. Barack Hussein Obama's UN. By the way, Nikki is going to run for president from the Ambassador UN.
Yep, that's true.
But guess who I think is going to be the president? Your vote don't count. Remember that, folks. They've already picked the winner. Your vote didn't count in Alabama yesterday. That was hilarious. Yay, let's go for another Democrat when Democrats and Republicans are together, you dumbass. You know why I call you a dumbass? Because I keep telling you everything for the last 4 years, and you still don't look at my Facebook, and you don't do this and you don't do that. Obama and Trump is together, y'all dumbasses. You know, the thing is, I'm drinking cran grape, sweet tea, and you think I'm drunk. You said I was drunk. You said I was on drugs. You know what I'm on drugs about? I doing everything that the Bible says. What is Trump doing? Making peace with everybody. And what happens with everybody being peace? It's not going to be Putin that attacks y'all, folks. It's going to be another president that takes out Putin. Okay? It's already planned.
It wouldn't be
They're going to take out Putin, and the next president of Vladimir Putin, will be the one that says, you know what, you fucked with me too many times, you fucked with Russia too many times, you poked the bear too many times, and guess what? You're going to get annihilated. If you haven't seen my map, folks, thank you. Thank you for agreeing, darling. It looks like there's only 2 people watching. It's okay, because maybe you might be the 2 that survives. I'm not even done. I want to show you something. But I got so much to tell you since I left 30 days ago, because I was warning you about Merkel with Germany.
Hold on.
Hey, how about the
all right. The 12 people that they were talking about, saying it was Russians hacking the elections, was our own 12 people that hacked the elections. One of them's Obama, the other one's Clinton, John Brennan, James Comey, and some more. All right. How do I say this? Putin's got evidence that the Clintons had something to do with the murder of the KGB Russian. I don't know if you knew that or not. I think it's going to be the Clintons that kills Putin, or tries to. Not sure how this is gonna fall out, but I don't think it's going to be Putin that's going to attack us. It's going to be whoever takes down Putin. There'll be a new president, and they're going to take no shit from the United States no more, and it's going to be over. It's not going to be Putin. I promise you. I got Edward Snowden telling me he's got my word that it's not Putin. So, that's big. Let's keep on.
I've seen a sign that's happening with Trump. And how about the upside down thing he does when he's, I don't know, entertaining you at a conference? You know, when he sits there and he looks like the devil guy that they put on Google. It's black and white, and it shows Aleister Crowley doing it. By the way, Aleister Crowley is family of the WWE Vince McMahon. And the Bushes. Holy cow. Did I just hit a nerve? Did I just hit a nerve? Anybody is Republican, you're an idiot. If you're a Democrat, you're an idiot. They're all together. I've already put the video out there. Look, I've had ex-CIA, ex-NSA telling me what's coming, what's going on. Guess what? I'm 22-0 this year in stories.
Well, I'm 23-0 now.
J9 is none other than JFK Jr. He faked his death, folks. He knows where everything is. He knows who you are, where you are. They pretty much lied to y'all. Jason. Thank you for friending me again. I know you know what's up. Gene Flack could have been okay, but he called me crazy, so I kicked him off. You call me crazy, you're gone. Because you know what? When you say I got aluminum foil on my head, you do too. Chemtrails are hitting you right in the head every time an airplane comes past. So don't sit there and tell me the aluminum foil is hitting me on the head. It's hitting you too, dumbass. And I'm awake. I've been awake since 2014. God darn, I should have been woke up when Hurricane Katrina came in and they took your guns and raped the women and kids and the men. That's right, folks. All three got raped and murdered. You know how many people died that year? Over 200,000 in Louisiana.
Thanks for the 2 likes.
That's a lot, folks, and we still got 7 billion people on Earth. What they're trying to do is depopulate the world. We're supposed to only have 55 million people in the United States. Go look it up. It's on the Georgia Guidestones. Who made that up? 13 world banks. Schumer, you're an idiot. Shut up. Pelosi, you're an idiot. Go back and drink or fall in the fucking Pacific Ocean where you're going to be. Maxine Waters, or shall I say Max Waters. You're a man, shut up. Shut up. You sat there and said, beat them up, and then a lady comes in there, a reporter comes in there and asks you a question, and you slap her with a piece of paper and you go to jail. Y'all didn't get to see that on the news. She went to jail for attacking a reporter, folks. See, this stuff y'all don't see on the news that I see. Hey, that's cool. Take care, darling. Y'all gonna be really running in 9 days. But I got news for you. The earthquakes are about to happen. I don't even understand. We're running out of time while everybody else is running. Hey, I'm gonna say this. Who running? Who running? Come on, let's sing that song. Who running? And if you think Eminem and Trump is not together, you're wrong. If you think Robert De Niro and Trump is not together, you're wrong. Everything's reverse psychology, folks. Every celebrity is together because they're rich and they're fucking up the poor. Purge is coming to the United States, folks. And have you not heard? Purge episode 10 comes out next month on USA. Why have you been seeing the alerts? The alerts system. Because you're about to get bombed just like the 9/11 attacks. Probably worse. California, we got some news for you. Get the fuck out. Listen to this. While you're listening to this, I'm going to go let the dogs out. Been sitting, taking care of my dogs, taking care of my mom because she's sick. But I care about y'all. But y'all people that's gay, you've been left out to slaughter. Okay? Obama's going to kill you. Obama's going to kill you. How about that one? Y'all decided your faith. And if you do have a kid and you're gay, you're going to lose your child to a pedophile. I want you to know that right now. Women, if you're with women and you pick the women over your child, you can go straight to hell. That's all I got to say. If you want to know the plan, come to my YouTube channel.
No, he's been in Washington.
This is Judge Chinese. He's the man. He's the one that's been rolling it. He's ex-CIA. And he's doing a great job. He walked away just like all the others walked away. It's time. Enjoy, folks. Hello. Dutch. Show them what they're going to win in California for taking the Bible out. Hold on. What the hell? Okay. Alright. Oh shit. Never mind. Oh man. Never mind. I am CM Punk of real life.
Thank you.
I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do drugs. I'm awoke, and you're about to go GTS, California. for listening to the comments. See you later, Hollywood.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. It is 10:40 a.m. Central Time on the 18th of July, 2018. Wednesday going into Thursday internationally, and I hope you're doing well. We are here on the Earthquake 3D live stream to talk about seismic events. Luckily, and if you haven't been made aware of what's going on, I'm not going to talk about it now, other than to say, too much Kirk, not enough Spock. That being said, let's turn on a display capture and get into the seismic events that have struck and talk about the areas that have been hit due to the earthquake forecast or compared.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. Destruction. Peace on Earth, and then after the peace on Earth, the last country with peace was Russia. As the last one, after peace comes destruction on the West Coast. Oh, and East Coast. If you think you're gonna be out of this, you're dead wrong. You're dead wrong. That's all I got to say. Liberty's gonna drown.
To the earthquake forecast, not due to the earthquake forecast. And we'll check them off the list as we go along. So, right here was where we're going to start. Well, actually, our deep earthquake yesterday, but we're going to start in the middle of the West Pacific with a 5.3, 4.9, 4.8 striking right next to Katobar volcano in northeast Papua New Guinea. Now, make note of the location of this 5.3 and then compare it to the 5.9, 6.0 earthquake to the east and the 5.0 up to the north, along with a 4.8 right at Guam. So this earthquake in the middle is the middle fulcrum point between our two sets of quakes. If we come from these fours, let me turn down. We go from these fours down here over to the east, and then we go over here, up around the bend, and to the 5.9. This is the halfway fulcrum point. It was in the earthquake forecast for this week, issued on Sunday night. This spot right here next to Katobar. Additionally, we need Guam, and Guam was hit directly. The tiny island of Guam, look how small it is in the West Pacific here. Hit directly, 4.8 and a 5.0 last night going into this morning. I would call that a double hit. We try to hit within 200 miles. As we go over to the west, almost the exact same sized earthquake. 4.8 on one side, 4.5 on the other. This is between Philippines and Taiwan. We also talked about the equal-sized movement on both sides of the fracture zone. We told you it would be within a few points of one another, and here we are. We're 4.8 and 4.5. Up to the north, we got a 4.9 and 4.5 off the coast of Japan. This is right next to Tokyo, just to the north between Tokyo and Fukushima. Again, a forecast location. That was from last week. Now we have a halfway point here in between the two sets of quakes that should be hit. That is in the forecast for this week. This week's forecast.
Wow,
right
what a
here.
move.
Last week's forecast, we were looking right here. As we go further over to the west, we have a single earthquake striking next to Smith Island. This is actually part of Indian waters, northwest of Sumatra, Indonesia, of 4.6. Further to the west, of 4.7, again, just within a hair of a point of one another.
Look how many earthquakes has happened. That was today.
West of the China border. Then you'll see
that's the west. That's the Pacific West.
Near 5.0 earthquake. And this is between, let's say, right at the Iran border and south, what is that, Turkmenistan? Yeah. I got it right. All right, I'm learning my countries. I had somebody write me from Turkmenistan. They were upset I called it Russia. I don't blame them, okay? I called it South Russia, and they wrote me that it's Turkmenistan. And I'll always remember that now. As we go over to the west, though, you see this, again, this is a 4.9, 5.0 earthquake. Now, today, look what struck downstream. Look at the force that hit in Europe. We got a 4.6 in Albania and a 4.3 in Greece, and technically a 3.8 near 4.0 in Turkey. But these are the bigger earthquakes. So we get movement coming across and it's striking in South Europe over the course of, let's say, 24 hours. South UK was hit right next to our exploratory drilling location, where they're exploring for, well, there's supposedly billions of barrels.
Breaking news. Which I knew this. I just wanted somebody else to come out with it. Putin gives Trump shocking evidence. Putin gives Trump shocking evidence with video, just like I did with Obama. Obama, Clinton, CIA Director John Brennan is Russian spy. There you have it, folks. Right here on Facebook Live. Thank you, Amy.
Of oil in there, and they think they can get a few percent out of there. A few percent of those billions out of there. And so they're doing exploratory drilling. They think 1,000 to 3,000 wells would be required in the location down there southeast of London. And make note of the earthquake size, 2.7, because we also had a 2.8 right along the European Craton edge in Poland. And that follows a 3.1, or around, I should say, within hours of each other. 3.1 down here in Romania. And we go back a day, and Romania was hit previously with a 3.1.
Yeah, I mean, last time I heard, it wasn't the serpent that gave us life. What did we do? We come out of a snake's ass? No, we didn't. It's like you got dumbasses. They keep on forgetting who made them. Well, I got a song for you from AC/DC. Who made who? Who do you think made you? And the same thing with the machines. Machines coming to life. They're coming to life, folks. You better get ready. When they start the driveless cars, they're going to come to life and they're going to run over your ass. I just want you to know that. That's another way to kill them, right? Like a bug. But you're right, Amy. And I think they keep on forgetting where they came from. These young punks out there. And it makes me sick. Makes me sick. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I do have gay friends. But did you realize when you have sex, anal, you can have cancer? That is bad, folks. Seriously. It's bad. I don't care if you're gay or bi or straight or whatever. But it was never made to have sex with your asshole. I'm going to say it like that. Women, you need to get back with your men. Because when this happens, you and your woman is not going to survive by yourself. Watch the video of the girl getting raped in Louisiana. She was gay. Yes, let's say 12 Louisiana Police Department police officers came in there with masks on and raped her. Redhead. Then they tackled a old woman to death to take a gun out of her hand that wasn't even loaded. You don't think they're going to do that to you? Yeah, they will. You're right. I hope you don't get deleted for that. But we've got to understand this. These are not people that we're fighting against, folks. These are demons. These are not real people. They're eating people. Just like off the movie The Clown. But Listen to this, folks. That's not all the earthquakes that happened today on the Pacific West. Y'all don't understand. This thing's about to go. If this happens on the 27th and the 28th, I'm going to tell you right now, it was all set up.
So that 3.1 you see on there now from today represents the 3.1 from yesterday that we can't see on the feed anymore due to 50 earthquakes. But of course, European feed 50 earthquakes falls off before the day is over. North Pole is
on my YouTube channel.
Right up near North Pole, Gackle Ridge, right next to the Gackle Ridge. This is our letter X mark. We have a letter X there for a reason. Force flows all the way up to the North Pole coming out of Europe. And this goes back several days. We had a 4.7 down here south of Iceland. Now we have a 4.8 up here north of Iceland. We told you to watch north of Iceland this week. And here we are. North of Iceland, Arctic Circle, North Pole, 4.8. It's pretty rare. We don't normally see activity up here very much. Only when there's a great amount of those coming out of Europe. And we know where that's all coming from. It traces back to our deep earthquakes. Our deep earthquakes over here. Now let's get into that. Our deep earthquake, yesterday, going into this morning, or yesterday, 558 kilometers deep down below the plate. And we know from our depth to magnitude conversion chart put together by Rebecca and Bella, who are two of our researchers. Let me see if my copy here works to show you this chart. Do you see it on the screen here? Well, no, you don't. Okay, let's start again. Do you see it on the screen here? Yeah, all right. Press a button, now it comes up. So on the chart, you'll see 6 hour, we have on 1.2 magnitude to this point. It's a if we add on 1.1 to 1.2, it's going to take us right up into the mid-range to upper 5 to 5.9. This struck yesterday after this 5.9 here. So there should be another 5.9 that pops up between the 5.9 and the 4.7. Should pop up somewhere here in the middle point. The fulcrum will be down in the next few days. Usually within 72 hours to 5 days, these deep earthquakes push up on the underside plate. What's going on here is there's force being created down below the plate in an area called the asthenosphere. And the asthenosphere is just a complex word for the melted magma, semi-melted magma below the plate. We get force created down there, and it then hits the underside of the plate. Physically, this force is coming up. And when it hits the more rigid object up above, there's a translation of force up out of the liquid into the solid, and there's an increase in power. Then that force comes up through the plate, but it doesn't just come straight up. It comes over at an angle, so there's leverage involved, and at an angle, it hits the plate boundaries, which are fractures in the crust that start at the surface and go all the way down into the asthenosphere, right at the bottom of the plate. So there's force coming up from down below the plate. It hits the underside of the plate. There's a crack in the plate boundary. And the force comes up through that crack in the plate and then strikes with a shallower, larger earthquake. And our conversion chart shows us what to look for when it comes to that. So we're looking for this to happen next to our deep quake that just happened yesterday. And it already happened once with our previous sets of quakes. So you can see them on the screen here now. This 5.2, which was really a 5.8 in its own right, and this 5.8. Now, we talked about that in the update. Let's get into New Zealand for my Kiwi viewers. What's going on down here? First of all, take a look at our larger activity. It's not really that large. It's all in the 3.0 range. And North Island, again, 3.4 and a 3.0, right? They downgraded it to 2.9, correct? And then we had another 3.0 right on the plate boundary, west of Wellington, north of the plate boundary. I mean, the plate boundary is where the red line is. This is a point that comes under pressure as deep earthquakes strike to your north, and it puts force up on the underside of all of Zealandia. Zealandia is the newly discovered continent that they announced 2 years ago, and it extends from New Caledonia, here with a sliver of an island, all the way down to the south tip, past the south tip of New Zealand. And you can see it in a lighter blue elevation color here, but that's all submerged. This is all submerged that they have identified. So you get a deep earthquake up here underneath, or on the side underneath of the plate. It then comes up through the plate and finds its plate boundary down in New Zealand. And that's why you get the same size earthquake. So you get a 4.7 here, you'll start.
They don't have Russian collusion evidence, but we got evidence
right down here, that far away. Most of the force goes to the west and to the east. We'll get into the east in just a second, actually. Let's talk about that right now. How about this? For my people over in Dominican Republic, we told you to watch for up to a 4.5 over near the eastern shores of Dominican Republic. I'm glad I included you in, because there it finally is. It took a while. Now, why did it take a while for Dominican Republic to get hit? We have to trace it back to the eruption that happened at Fuego, and it was the largest blast in 100 years. And it just happened 3 weeks ago, almost a month ago, where many hundred people were killed in a big blast that happened at this location. By the way, we issued a warning for that the day before it happened, for the blast. And we issued the warning for the earthquake the day after. Not bragging, I have to tell you, because we issued a warning, and when hundreds of people died in an area where we issued the warning, I have to look to the people who've tried to stop my operation as the reason for why people won't listen. So who to blame, right? As we go across the Caribbean back over to Central America, what do we have going on? Well, we've got a cluster of 3 striking right back where our 8.0 earthquake struck last year. What was it, last September? Last September, we saw almost a year ago now, almost exactly, 10 months ago, 8.0 struck here. Then 4 months later, 7.6 struck here. So there's a connection between the two. There's a plate boundary that comes across Guatemala and meets up at Fuego. All tied together to Central America. That's why Dominican Republic is finally hit today. It's allowing force to finally come out. It's been a month. You can also see down to the south, the coast of Colombia was hit by a 4.6 mid-range 4 and a 4.6, 4.7 struck up in North Peru. Same-sized earthquakes. Well, what's right in the middle here? 2 erupting volcanoes, Cotopaxi and Reventador, both in Ecuador. They were on the list this past several days. Let's go check the list. Let's go see who's erupting today. Popocatépetl, wow, dang it, there they are, finally back on the list. I told you guys, there were earthquakes striking right down south of Popocatépetl, which led me to issue the warning for Mexico City this past week. Okay, Popocatépetl is back on the list, finally, after earthquake struck next to it. Krakatau is still erupting up to 5,000 feet. That's somewhat abnormal. We don't normally see Krakatau go on this long. It's been going on for 2 weeks now. Normally, it's just a blast, and it's done. It's ongoing. Something's going on in Western Sumatra, Indonesia. We'll talk about that in a minute. Aoba in Vanuatu, Karinsky in Russia, Shibalush up in the Kamchatka Peninsula, right next to Karinsky, Dukono, Sabancaya, Agung. These are both, or at least Dukono and Agung are both in Indonesia. Sabancaya is across the Pacific in Peru.
Great.
Karinsky again, Krakatau, Aoba. Just repeat the list.
They can't even give out
Ongoing eruptions. Anybody else on here that we need to be made aware of? Last night we had the eruption at Sakurajima in Japan. That's the only one I would add on for the list. Okay, well, they are right here in Mexico. Popocatépetl, where our letter V is erupting. That follows the earthquakes that struck next to it. Back a day. Boom. Colima and Popocatépetl connected to one another via a series of magma chambers that go along the coast here. And it's a direct location hit with the eruption. Now, down to the south, we have a new earthquake striking right next to Turrialba volcano. You know, Costa Rica, you guys might need to watch out at Turrialba just in case, because down to the south, Cotopaxi yesterday and Reventador today, as well as Sabancaya down here in South Peru, all erupting on this side of the Pacific. We jump here, and we have Aoba right next to where our earthquake is, our 5.9. This is in Vanuatu. And further to the west, we get over to Dukono, which is erupting right here, and Ibu, which is right next to it. It also erupted 2 days ago. Mount Agung is right here next to where this earthquake is. Coincidentally, not. Okay, the earthquake is tied to the volcano. Agung keeps going over and over again. And Mount Krakatau is going right here. So there's multiple eruptions happening simultaneously across Indonesia, while we don't have much earthquake activity next to it in the last 48 hours. We have to go back almost 72 hours to get any earthquakes next to our volcanoes, meaning something's building there. You don't get a bunch of eruptions and no earthquakes of any significant size. That's just not the way it goes. So once there's multiple blasts, we look for 5.0 activity to strike next to each volcano, or a combined total of all of it to strike right in the middle of the whole hot mess. The middle, the fulcrum point, again, we've talked about that so many times. Jumping up here to Japan, we have Sakurajima erupting in South Japan at Kyushu province, and then we go all the way up here to Kamchatka Peninsula, where we have Shibalush and Karinsky currently erupting, and Khrushchevskoy was mixed in 2 days ago. So really 3. And also 2 days ago, Iveco or Abaco volcano at the north tip of the Kuril Islands also going. So really it's 4 in the past 48 hours, and 2 ongoing today.
Expect us.
I mean, that's a fair amount of eruptive activity to be going on when you also have deep earthquakes and 5s. Look at this. You know, for people who never said there was a relation between earthquakes, we have the same sized earthquake spreading out across half the Pacific in the course of a day. And it looks like a fracture in a windshield because it is. It's a fracture in the plate, though. And it goes all the way up, and we see the same size 5s spread out across the whole course of the West Pacific over the course of 24 hours. And it's not that this 5.0 can cause this 5.0 or 5.9, and it's not that this 5.9 can somehow magically cause this 5.3. It's that all these 5s have been dropped off along the way as the force is spreading out. It's dropping off calling cards back to its original source, which were the deep earthquakes that put it into motion. It's spreading out in both directions. Look. The deep earthquakes are marked in a darker pink, and the lighter earthquakes have happened subsequently. So you can see it in the last 2 days since the deep earthquakes. Let's get those out of there since those are the oldest. Boom.
What is about to happen?
This is what's hit. First of all, another new deep earthquake struck, so don't take this one into account. Spreading out in all directions, we have 5s. That's an increase from where we were because we had 4s. So we took a whole magnitude step up with a couple deep earthquakes right in the middle of it. Now we jump over to South America and look at the tips of both of our arrows. It's the only spots that have been hit. Forces traveled across the fracture zones. The fracture zones spread across the Pacific plate. They start over here in the west, go over to the east, and they are again fractures in the plate that start at the surface and go all the way down through into the hemisphere. They're like superhighways for the pressure to transfer across. Again, it's starting down below here, and when it comes up, it hits the other side of the plate and spreads out. And when it does, it hits South America in both spots where the fracture zones spread out too. So our fracture zones spread, it's like a triangle, spreading from here to here. And then they go down to the south with fracture zones and fracture zones to the north. So the spots where the arrows point are the spots where we see movement, and lo and behold, also Sierra Negra last night erupted in Galapagos. So really we have 3 volcanoes erupting at the tip of this arrow, and down here 2 days ago we had Nevada del Chilean, de Chilean, erupt down here. So really that's 4 volcanoes on this side where the arrows point, and we have 4 or 5 over here where the arrows point this way. So we have the same number of eruptions on both sides, and we have the same amount of earthquake activity, and look at our magnitudes. 4.6 and 4.8 to the south, and what do we have to the north? A 4.6 and a 4.7. Also a 4.6 and a 4.5.
Okay, guys, that's what I was trying to show you. The whole ring of fire is on fire. That's all I needed to tell you on that. Well, we're not done. We got more news. They just come out, and I'm putting it on Facebook. Yeah, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. This is great. All right, folks, we're gonna get ready for this, and yeah, you're about to eat y'all's words, folks. Fake news is going down. Breaking news. Putin gives Trump shocking evidence. Visual evidence. No evidence. Trump shocking evidence. Obama, Clinton, CIA Director John Brennan is Russian spy. No surprise. Let's go to it. We'll go to it. Yeah, we're going to it. Right here. Here we go, boys.
July 16th, 2018. Putin gives Trump shocking evidence that Obama Clinton CIA Director John Brennan is longtime Russian spy.
Oh,
A
snap.
new but mostly redacted for reasons of classification of State Evidence Security Council SC report circulating in the Kremlin finally reveals the critical urgency of President Putin and President Trump having a one-on-one private meeting today. and further makes understandable why the deep state and Democrats in America are so terrified of this meeting occurring, and is due to the Ministry of the Interior MVD authorizing Trump to receive the just finalized partial plea agreement of FSB Major Dmitry Dokuchev, wherein evidence is documented showing that former Obama-Clinton CIA Director John Brennan has been an intelligence asset for both Soviet Communist and Russian Federation intelligence agencies for over 40 years.
40
According
years.
to this report, in 1976, Oleg Gorovinkin completed his studies at the Committee for State Security KGB Dzerzhinsky Higher School, with his immediately afterwards being infiltrated into the United States, and whose state duty assignment was to compromise for intelligence purposes young American college students working for the Communist Party USA presidential candidate Gus Hall, and that was part of the KGB's multi-decade effort to complete the communist takeover of the Democratic Party that proved successful when the Communist Party USA quit running their own US presidential candidates with their, instead, only endorsing Democratic Party ones, that began with endorsing Michael Dukakis in 1988, and thereafter continuing to only endorse Democratic presidential candidates to this very day, thus fulfilling the 1944 Edict of Norman Thomas.
Yes, we do. Got real news.
The six-time socialist candidate for U.S. president, who predicted to his fellow communists in the U.S., the American people will never knowingly adopt socialism. But, under the name of liberalism, they will adopt every fragment of the socialist program, until one day America will be a socialist nation, without knowing how it happened. I no longer need to run as a presidential candidate for the Socialist Party. The Democratic Party has adopted our platform. Of the main compromise recruitments made in 1976 by deep cover operative KGB officer Oleg Gorovinkin, this report details, was a Fordham University student living in New York City named John Brennan, who not only worked on the U.S. president campaign of the Communist Party USA candidate Gus Hall, but voted for him too with Brennan in 1980. Then joining the CIA in what he described as I had previously sent in an application to the CIA because of a New York Times ad I saw one time on the way to Fordham, and I had some overseas experience. My wife knew that I had that application, so she prodded me and said, send that application in so you can get a real job and help pay the bills, which I did, and it was a great opportunity. The New York Times advertisement for CIA recruitment Fordham University student John Brennan replied to, this report explains, was placed into this newspaper by senior CIA intelligence officer Aldrich James, who at the time headed the CIA's operations in New York City, but who was, also, one of the KGB's most highly placed in history deep cover operatives ever to have worked for the CIA, and for which Ames is serving a life sentence without the possibility of parole in a U.S. federal penitentiary. Of the many KGB compromat American assets, CIA senior officer Aldrich Ames recruited into his intelligence agency.
Oh my God. You know the funny thing is, you know what's so cozy for them Russian spies? I'm going to get it out in a minute. Where does that prison called that Donald Trump opened up not too long ago and Obama closed it? Guantanamo Bay? Are they going in there? Has this been the plan all along? Or are we being duped again? Remember, Donald Trump said he knew who did the 9/11 attacks before it even happened. And how did this happen? The Simpsons even knew about it too. You don't think the freaking deep state knew about it? I think everybody involved. Remember what Putin said. Putin said, the ball is in your court now. I gave you the information is what he was trying to tell you in that thing. The ball is in your court. He was being funny. He gave him that ball. He said, the ball is in your court now, Trump. Did you see his face when Putin said that? He said, you're either going to take him out. You're going to either take him out or I'm going to take all of you out. That's what he said. That's what Edward Snowden said to me. And he's from Russia. He knows. His son is his stepson or his godfather's son or whatever they want to call it. You've seen the picture. Yeah, he's playing their game. What happened is, in that meeting, it wasn't just about that. It was about Syria has a lot of oil under the city. A lot of oil. And what did I tell you was going to happen? The United States and Russia was going to fight over it. Yes, he knows a lot. This is what happened. When Putin said, Obama said, all right, we're going to pull out of the Middle East. After he did that, Russia said, oh, snap. Oh, snap. He didn't do it. That's why Russia's been with Assad all this time. He's not Assad's friend. He's trying to get the oil. He's not worried about nothing else. He's worried about getting oil for his country. He don't give a damn about this election shit. But he's getting tired of people calling him out like that. And I'm telling you straight up, like I said, mark my words. If they do not stop talking shit to Russia, Satan too is going to be up their ass. And I think that's how the West Coast goes down, folks. I think Satan too hits the Pacific West. And the plate really falls out after that. Because Satan 2 is the same thing with Satan 1 in World War II. I don't know if you knew that or not. I think I've said this before. I can't keep up with all the stories I've had to come out with, but that's one of the stories. And with what happened today and what has happened for the last 72 hours, and then we got what? About 8 days and 2.5 hours left. We are about to be done. Yeah, you can't bully Russia. The United States has bullied every country, and that's why we're in this mess. I'm not going to lie, folks. We messed up with Germany. We messed up with Japan. Look, I'm telling you right now. Japan did what they needed to do and stand up against the United States, so they hit Hawaii. Okay? So, what I'm finding out right now is the truth, and that's all I want to know. I've been smiling ear to ear since you gave me that, because I had a feeling. I was just waiting, because the stories were just trickling and trickling, saying Russia's doing this, Russia's doing that, something's up. And they're saying on the news that that Putin has something on Trump. No, contraire. He has something on Obama, Clinton, and Mr. John Brennan Bulldog that looks like a fag. Sorry, but I'm pissed off. And if you're gay, I'm not calling you out. I'm just pissed off at this guy. But I'm telling you right now. Oh, I'm smiling. But I'm absolutely pissed off. They took our food stamps. This was the deal. Putin gave the information. It wasn't just about that, okay? There was more information about this. There's oil in Israel, folks. Oil in Israel. There's oil in Damascus, Syria, that they got to take out. And that's why Netanyahu is acting the way he has been acting. The Saudi prince almost got killed the other day. Oh my God! Have you seen the explosion on the election the other day? The Saudi prince killed one of their election people right in the middle of the national television on RTV. So there's a lot of stuff happening, and I mean a lot. I can't even keep up right now. I got to gain my bearings or something on this because it's getting to me. I mean, I'm getting really emotional because my grandfather was trying to tell me this, and I didn't want to believe him. But I guess it's time to believe everything because everything that's coming true is happening. And Fox stood up against Trump. Did you see that on the news? I was shocked. Did you see that, Amy? Or am I the only one that's seen that? I don't usually watch the fake news, but I accidentally popped it on there while I was eating downstairs. This is crazy. This is the craziest thing. Well, I got a couple more minutes left. I want y'all to hear the end of this, and then we're going to pop in another story. The volcanoes are getting worse. The earthquakes are getting worse. I can't even keep up, man. I mean, I'm only one person, and I'm like, God darn. Hawaii's getting worse. We haven't even talked about Hawaii, but that they're taking people off the islands because Mauna Loa is about to erupt. Makiki is about to erupt. There's about 3 more volcanoes about to erupt in Hawaii, folks. And when it does, oh my God. You know how the wind blows the water to a different spot, or how the wind blows into the movie Final Destination? That's what's happening right now in Hawaii. They're trying to blow the lava toward that plant so it will explode the plant into half. And that's what they're trying to do so the West Coast will go. Because they're not just going to do a earthquake, they're going to do a tsunami too. Did you see the tsunami in Greenland? It killed one person. Or was it Iceland? I can't keep up. It was one of the lands. That happened. 4 likes. Thank you, guys. And there's a lot of stuff happening right now. People are packing their stuff from Ohio. I got some messages from friends of mine from Ohio. Seeing my blue and white map. They're getting out of Dodge. They know Ohio is gone. Chicago's gone. People are packing their bags and heading toward the middle of the United States, or they're heading to Tennessee and Alabama. Not Hawaii, Alaska. Was it a what? They're all about to go. Alaska is too. There's about 4 Russian submarines parked on the Pacific West. 1 North Korean submarine, folks. I think that 1 submarine is going to hit, and we're going to be like the movie Red Dawn on the West Coast, when he's laying there and on the couch and you feel that boom, and then that Seattle that little white, that snow shaker. It's weird. Did you see that in the movie Red Dawn? When he's laying there on the couch that next morning, and he says, "What was that?" Did you see that it looked like a Christmas Seattle city or something? I don't know. I got bad eyes, but could it happen? Dutch said today Alaska will get a 6.9 and it's connected to Hawaii. What? Okay. Wow. I didn't get to see that part of what he was saying on that. Good grief. Wow. And he's been right on it. He's been right on it, Amy. That doesn't surprise me. That could cut the plate in half. That could slide the plate. Wow. I'm gonna have to look at that. Can you send that on the Andrew Jackson Facebook for me on the messenger, please? Good grief. I want to see that. We're closing in on 8 days, folks. Keep listening to that report. It's not there. It's on there. Well, I kind of like cut it off. I thought he was done. He was going to other islands that weren't even in the Pacific West. So I thought he was done. You were playing the beginning. Yeah, I cut it off because he was usually he's not talking about the Pacific West after he starts talking about the other countries. Golly, I missed that. I am not believing they did that. Okay. See, I am so wore out. Y'all don't understand. I am working my rear end off trying to get the dates on what I'm telling you. If this could happen on the same day as this would be crazy. What if the situation happens, not just the West Coast going, but what if Old Faithful helps the West Coast go? Because there is a plant. I'm concerned about the plants. I'm concerned about the chemical plants that could cut Earth into half. That's what I'm concerned about. I mean, I'm making sense, am I, Amy? That's what Berkeley's been telling me. Yellowstone? Yeah. Sending you it. Okay. Alright. Wow. That's big, folks. That's big. Either we're in a hell of a show. Look, we're running out of time to see who's going to jail. Guys, if this is happening right now, and we start seeing elites and rich people going underground, even CIA and FBI and all the government stuff goes underground, we know we're in trouble. We know we're ready. We know it's, yeah. It is huge. Yes. Wow. I'm not going to get no sleep. I'm telling you, man, I am so verged and pushed on this that I cannot get I can't get sleep, man. I only slept a couple of hours today. You know what's keeping me going? Sweet tea. Thank God for sweet tea. But, oh my God, that's scary as all get out right there. If he hits that 6.9, I don't think he said 12.0. Somebody else did. I don't think Dutch Chinese said one word about a 6.9. I mean, 12.0 for the West Coast. It was somebody else, and I can't get my finger on it. It's a guy from Berkeley. I think it was Daniel. I think Daniel told me. Logic of authority. Shit. There's so much going on. There's so much going. It will trigger Hawaii. I think it will trigger more than Hawaii. I think we're going to feel it on the East Coast, just like that guy said in the movie San Andreas. I know it's fake and everything, but God darn. That's big. That's big. If you know anything about science, the ones that's watching, we're about to. What if that's how the pole shift happens? Just like Japan. After Japan in 2011, after Japan had them earthquakes, the earthquake that hit hard was a 6.9 or 7 something. And after that, the big tornadoes, it's 2011, I'll never forget it. And it made Earth shift a little bit. That's why the sun is so weird. That's why it's slowing down. Earth is slowing down dramatically. Dramatically, folks. The other day I had a friend of mine on one of the cruise ships, and he said he felt a wave like you were at a wave park and you're on a big boat, okay, a big cruise boat. And he said it scared him to death that he wanted to get off that boat and get to safety. And he said, Andrew, you were right. He said, something's happening. He said, I don't know what it is. I said, it's CERN. It's CERN Switzerland digging underground, and it's making all these earthquakes happen because of wormwood coming. It ain't just wormwood, though. CERN's digging all over the earth right now, under everything. CERN Switzerland, that 17-mile long engine that's just chugging along, thinking everything's going to be all right, and they're pulling everything toward us. Remember, the solar flares, I told you, June 19th to August 28th was going to be the worst solar flares. And guess what? We're getting the worst earthquakes right now. I felt a couple here in Alabama this week. And that scared the crap out of me. I'm not kidding, guys. Every morning I've been feeling them. And that's Alabama. We don't usually get earthquakes in Alabama. So if that tells you something, yeah, you better wake up. I'm already woke. I'm awoke. Oh my gosh, I'm awake. The scary part is Trump talking about spaceships. Well, in 2012, the movie, there's a spaceship in that movie. China's got one, guys. There's really a mount there. I wonder if Woody Harrelson is on the freaking mountain giving out the freaking mouth. You know what I mean? Something big's about to happen, folks. Something big is about to happen. Whew. I can't believe we're going to be here for this. I thought I was going to be dead in 2005. I don't supposed to be here for this. I'm supposed to be gone already. And here I am popping up and saving y'all's lives. I don't even supposed to be on the internet. I'm in the bed. I can't do anything. I'm just working my rear end off. After I lost my girl, I've been nothing but worrying about y'all, caring about y'all. I got a big heart, folks. Our kids are being shot at by micro drones at schools. That's the sad part. It's not even shotguns, and it's not even guns. And they're blaming our guns, and it's not even our guns. Guys, y'all don't understand. They're controlling the freaking deal, and y'all are letting it. That's the sad part. Do you really want to be sitting in a FEMA camp or a FEMA barge that looks like a prison? What? You're here for a higher purpose. Thank you. I'm going to tell you right now, just please don't call me God. That dude called me God and it made me want to throw up. I want to find that guy's house. I want to find his address like I found all the others. I'm going to find him. And I'm going to get him. And I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. And I'm going to get him. He's done. That's all I got to say. Matt Genovese, if you're out there, you know who I'm talking about. We're going to lose. Give me the information, man. Like you gave me all the information on the others. I hate to call you out right now, but I'm telling you, dude. I want this guy's address. I want his name. And I want to bring him down. Just like I did you, like I did Dustin. Matt's talking to me now because he knows he's got a family and he knows that I got his address and his name and everything. He needs to give me the information now. He's friends with this guy. I don't even know the dude. And he's sitting there saying, I went to college with him at Tuscaloosa, University of Tuscaloosa. I didn't go to college. Because I knew college is not for everybody. You wouldn't, nobody's teaching you nothing in college but lies. So without further ado, let's finish this. I think we got 4 minutes and 41 seconds left.
This report details one of the most important was John Brennan, who, by 1996, was the CIA's daily intelligence briefer for President Bill Clinton and who, on January 7, 2013, was nominated by President Barack Obama to be CIA director and was sworn into this office on March 8, 2013, with being particularly important to note that his pushing Obama by Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to be CIA director was nearly immediately followed by her then resigning her post on February 1, 2013, thus ensuring that all of Brennan's subsequent actions would be blamed on Obama, not on her. During the latter part of the 2016 U.S. presidential election, this report continues, President Obama placed a series of red phone calls to President Putin about the subject of CIA Director Brennan, the contents of which remain too highly classified to be contained in this general report, but whose direct response led to Susan Rice, Obama's national security advisor, issuing a stand-down order in response to supposed Russian cyber attacks. Based upon information discussed between President Putin and President Obama regarding CIA Director Brennan and the 2016 U.S. presidential election, this report further details, a Russian counterintelligence investigation revealed that, in 1994, then FSB General Lola Gorovinkin was promoted by President Boris Yeltsin to be the deputy head of personnel for the protection of state secrets, with now FSB Colonel Sergei Mikhailov then being personally tasked by FSB General Gorovinkin to full operational control over CIA Director Brennan, but that after Gorovinkin's recent arrest for treason, he was stunningly discovered to have no documented past at all and over $12 million in cash secreted away in his apartment. At this point in today's Security Council's report, it refers back to the one they compiled on 14 July and that we fully documented and referenced in our report on that same date, titled Moscow Slammed Shameful Comedy Indictment of 12 Russians for DNC. A treasonous FSB officer was actually paid by Hillary Clinton to do, and wherein Russian counterintelligence operatives detail how FSB General Gorovinkin and CIA Director Brennan conspired to destroy President Donald Trump in a Russian collusion fairy tale plot paid for by Hillary Clinton, and whose main details are part of the agreement deals obtained from convicted for treason FSB agent that reached Russian visitor function of discovering that former KGB FSB Lola Gorovinkin worked with former MI6 British operative Christopher Steele to concoct the made-up Trump-Russia dossier that was then given to CIA Director Brennan to infect the American body politic with. This report continues, President Putin then ordered Russia's top 3 spy chiefs to travel to Washington, D.C. to brief their U.S. spy chief counterparts on what had been discovered, and that was followed less than a week later with General Gorovinkin being discovered dead in his car in Moscow before he could be arrested for treason. Within a few weeks of President Trump being briefed on this plot perpetrated against him by paid Hillary Clinton agents FSB General Gorovinkin and CIA Director Brennan, this report concludes, Brennan made a secret trip to Moscow where he demanded to meet with the FSB, the successor to the KGB, but who was strongly advised to return immediately to the United States as the secret killers of FSB General Gorovinkin were still roaming around Moscow and could possibly target him next, but whose ultimate fate now is in the hands of President Trump, and whom, if Trump and or the CIA follow the long-standing policies of their intelligence agencies, will sometime in the near future see Trump issue a glowing statement about CIA Director John Brennan's past service upon being notified of his sudden death, and as was done for former CIA Director William Colby, whom was mysteriously dead, his son said by guilt-induced suicide. and under whose watch the CIA was able to be flooded with KGB spies like Aldrich James and John Brennan in the first place.
40 years.
All right, that's what I wanted to show on that one, which that's twice I put that on there because the other video didn't sound like it was really good enough, I don't think. Oh, shit. I appreciate everybody watching. I was at 159 and now I'm 160. It must be the same fuckhead that's unsubscribing and subscribing to my other channel. And that's fine. That's fine. You will be dealt with like all the others. I promise. The ones that's been subscribing and unsubscribing to my channel, YouTube said this. They're going to find who you are and you're going to get kicked off and blocked. And if you keep on coming back with another subscriber, they're going to take you to court and sue you for hate speech. I love that. At least they're going to do something on that. Appreciate that. So, without further ado, and I'm going to let them fix that. Donald Trump knows the answer. Now the ball is in his court. What do you think's going to happen, folks? Do you think it's going to happen? Thank you for the 6 likes, by the way. You think it's going to happen? Do you think? Oh my God. Oh my God. I was right. Bennu just entered the solar system. Bennu is here. Amy. Me and BP Earthwatch is working together again because we got to. We got to. We're Americans. We can't separate. Breaking news. New comet enters inner solar system. And it looks big. Just an hour ago. All right. Oh my God. Oh boy. All right. Get ready, everyone. He's already got 6,293 views on this. 620 likes and 11 views. Here we go. I'm going to listen to it just like you. Enjoy, folks. You're getting the real news. This is what Kevin Shipp and Edward Snowden was telling me about, but I was waiting on somebody else to say something. But here we go.
July the 18th, 2018. Guys, notice the timestamp on this model. We have a new comet. It's called C2017 S3 Pan-STARRS. A lot of people say, wait a minute, that's not new. We've seen Pan-STARRS before. But guys, Pan-STARRS is actually the observatory. And this comet, which they've discovered many of, is one that's never been inside the solar system as far as we know. And again, the C2017 indicates that it was first indicated last year. Now we're starting to get some decent images on this thing, and what we're going to see is it's going to die between Mercury and the Sun. It's going to get about to 0.2 AU.
Okay.
It's not going to be real close to the Sun like we saw other comets come in. But again, it's never been seen before. Very good images coming in. I'm advancing the timestamp. Notice at the bottom left, we're into August the 6th, the 7th. We're approaching the ecliptic of the planets. Now, it's not an exact point because the orbits of the planet is not an exact ecliptic. But again, pull this down, notice on August the 8th, we're getting very close to it, dropping below the orbit of Mercury and Earth. And it's going to drop down. The gravity of the sun is going to bend it back in a slingshot effect. and throw it back up, out again inside the orbit of Mercury. We'll kind of pull this down and step it through. But notice here, in the bottom left, it says sun distance is now 301 AU, or a third of an AU, which is 1 AU, the average distance between the sun and the earth, is 93 million miles. You can do the math. Here we go. August 11th, it's dropped below our ecliptic. Guys in the southern hemisphere will be getting good shots from here. There's a tilt to the earth. You got to consider that. But at this point, August 19th, the gravity is going to overtake it and slingshot it back into the, what some people call the Oort cloud, but back into space. We may never see it again. We've seen this happen before. And as we get into now, September the 2nd, it's approaching the ecliptic. It's going to rise back up, and we should see this comet as it leaves the inner solar system. But guys, now the reason I want to do this video tonight, the images coming in are amazing. I've seen it pop up about a month ago, and we're getting some radar images and things like that, but I wanted to see how close and how bright it would become. But now it justifies a video. All of you guys that have telescopes in your backyard, notice we're going into October the 5th, 7th, 8th at the bottom left, and the comet is now leaving the inner solar system. It was discovered on August the 17th, 2017. Hasn't been quite a year yet. And again, this is the first orbit used, and it gives you a data arc span, things like that. And as you play this model through, again, you can go back and see that it's going to get about 20 million miles from the sun. Now, why does that interest me? Because we've seen them get much closer than that, and we've never seen this comet before, so we don't know what kind of integrity the nucleus has. Remember, you can have multiple nuclei. This is coming in from Michael Yeager down in Austria. C2017 S3 Deep Image LRGB. Guys, look at this. Does that remind you of anything? This green gas, the comets will glow a certain color depending on the chemicals involved in it. This is new. This is a new visitor to the inner solar system. These comets are amazing. Each one does something different every time we see one that comes in close enough to wrap around the sun. Now, we're going to be watching for it on the LASCO C2, C3 images, SDO images, things like that, stereo A. As it comes through, we always get amazing images. Now, if you notice, it was between us and the sun in the daytime, so it's going to be hard to see. But we will be getting good images. And guys, it's coming in at night. Get your telescopes out. I'm going to see what we can do. But again, I'm going to be breaking this down. You've seen it before. We're going to be looking at the effect of this nucleus inside this comet. Depending on how much stress it has been through in its journey will depend on the integrity of this nucleus. And we've seen them split apart and scatter. What does that mean? A couple things. Listen. What is a meteorite shower? It is when the Earth travels through the debris following a comet. Okay, so we're going to have a new meteor shower. So as the tail expands, or the debris trail of this comet expands beyond where it dives through Mercury's orbit, eventually the Earth will start drifting through that debris trail. And remember, on the sun divers, guys, you have a outgoing debris trail too, so you actually have two. So we'll just have to watch it and see what happens. It's a new comet. This is one of the things that amazes me about our solar system and about the entire universe. Guys, it's a heads up. By the way, the electric water filter got a couple more days, guys. Nobody has it at that price, $147. It is a lifesaver.
All right,
guys, we're watching it. You watch it.
That's all I want to hear. Wow. He might be wrong on part of this. I don't know what's going on with him. I really don't. But he's not saying it right. That is not leaving the Earth. It's not leaving the solar system. That's got to be the comet. George Soros calls Obama his greatest. What? Ah! Breaking news. George Soros calls Obama his greatest disappointment. Wow. Did you hear that, Amy? George Soros calls Obama his greatest disappointment. I think they're all the disappointments, if you want to know the truth. That's funny. That's hilarious, folks. I think everybody that's not watching what's going on is a great disappointment. That's what I think. All right. Let's go to the next one. What's the other story? We had a truck race tonight. Which I knew that was coming. Stormtrooper wins? Man. That's got to be one of my favorite characters that I got to create. Father smiles in mugshot. Really? What the hell is he doing? What's he thinking? Yeah, smile at the camera. I'm a killer. Probably molested his daughter or some shit. I don't know. Oh, they got an anti-Trump protest going. We seen that coming, didn't we, Amy? Yeah, let's have martial law with this. I see that happening. I do. Yeah, I see that happening. I think that's funny. Red Rocks. There's not a lot of news out, I don't think. Let's see if there's anything else out here on the library. I always get a lot of it on the library. I save it and then put it back out there. Let's see what we got here. Anything? Anything? Well, if you haven't seen Obama hanging out with Trump, with Putin, it's on my YouTube channel, on my other channel. Rest in peace, NWO Real News. And that's the evidence that Putin's going to give, that gave Trump. I think Trump is like, oh my God, he's trying to blow our plan together. So yeah, that's all for that day. That's it, folks. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Ow. If I get any more news, I'll let you know. I'll break in on the small channel. But right now, that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed the tournament. As we're still going tomorrow, we'll be going for the second round still. Be some surprises in the next tournament. Congratulations to Stormtrooper. He gets the kill the troll belt. Yeah, kill the troll. I couldn't put kill on there because it wouldn't let me. But thank you everyone for subscribing, liking, and sharing. And thank you for watching. I love you all. Amy, you are my hero. Thank you for the news. Thank you for giving me the information on the Trump and Putin news with the Russian spy stuff. Thank you. And I'm going to get off of here and relax. This has been a long day. If there's something coming up, I'll let you know. I'm going to go watch the truck race on YouTube now. I love you all. Take care. I've been working my rear end off for y'all. Please share and like. I'm not getting paid for this. I want y'all to be safe. Be safe. Take care.